I secretly started an online relationship with my boss. So, there's this whole situation going on at work that's pretty wild. See, there's no way my boss and I are ever gonna meet up in person, and truth is, she has no clue that the person she's been flirting with online is actually one of her employees, me. Lately, she's been super grumpy, and you can just feel the awkward vibes in the office. Even the slackers are being all serious, barely sneaking peeks at their phones. She's been working like crazy, staying late, and obviously, no one's brave enough to leave before she does. So, we've all been stuck at the office until like 11 or midnight. I'm running on fumes here, with dark circles under my eyes and my skin freaking out. As for why she's in such a funk, well, it's 'cause she got dumped, and yep, I'm the one who ended it. The kicker? She doesn't know it's me yet. This whole thing kicked off with our 2-year online fling. We met on some forum where she posted this message titled, "Why can't I find a partner?" Curiosity got the best of me, I clicked on it. She introduced herself as a 25-year-old, 5 feet 9 inches, 99 pounds, Ivy League grad, VP at a Fortune 500 company, single despite having it all, a house, a car, and being beautiful. Naturally, the comments were brutal, calling it an attention-seeking move. Amused, I left a cheeky comment about her appearance and moved on. But then, she hit me up with a private message asking if she could send me a pic. I was curious, so I said sure. When the pic landed, I almost spit my coffee out. No way she was 5 feet 9 inches, maybe 5 feet 3 inches tops. It was this awkward mirror selfie, she had these thick glasses and looked like a blast from the past style-wise. But honestly, she had this hidden beauty, just didn't know how to flaunt it. Something about her seemed oddly familiar, so I thought I'd give her some tips out of pure kindness. I zoomed in and replied with some style advice: ditch the glasses, fix the angle, shorten the skirt, get better lighting, that sort of stuff. She just said, thanks, and I forgot about it. Next day, she sends me another pic, following my advice. This went on for days until I started getting kinda annoyed, and that's when she asked if she could pay me for fashion advice. I was like, why not, and gave her my account info. A second later, I get a friend request and check out her profile pic, it was my boss. Panic. I accepted the request by reflex and quickly messed with my chat settings, hoping she wouldn't figure me out. She sent a message thanking me for my help and then, bam, sent $5,000. Gulp. Well, that confirmed it, my mysterious online crush was actually my boss. Yikes. But hey, at least she didn't know it was me, right? I kept on giving her advice, and she really started to blossom, gaining loads of confidence. Just as I was planning my escape from this tangled web, she drops a bombshell, an emotional confession. I quickly skimmed through her long message until I hit the line, "I like you." Oh boy. I froze and after a while, just replied, "Thanks." She was persistent, trying to prove herself, but I left her hanging that night. Next morning, she bombarded me with good morning and how's your day messages, like we were already a couple. It was something else. I kept my replies pretty bland, but man, it was getting intense. So, there I was, just minding my own business on social media, checking out some stunning model pics, when things took a weird twist a month later. I accidentally sent one of these pics to Aurora instead of my buddy. Oops. I even wrote, "Wow, she's gorgeous," I licked the screen, not realizing it was sent to her until it was too late. Aurora hit me back with just a? And by then, I couldn't delete it. Sure, it's normal to appreciate beauty, but I felt a bit guilty about it. Out of nowhere, Aurora sends me a message, "Is this your type?" with a video attached. It looked fresh from the gym, and the person wasn't super muscular but had pale, smooth skin and a defined V-line under their workout shorts. Up top, the shirt was pink. By the end of the clip, the person was blushing with embarrassment. I was totally drawn in. I messaged back, "Got more? Send me another." She hesitated at first but then sent over a few more clips, each one more amazing. I was completely blown away by her beauty. Who would have thought my normally serious and composed boss could be so different in private? It was kind of exciting. Just as I was getting into it, another message popped up, "If you agree to be my boyfriend, I'll send you videos like this every day, as many as you want." People chase after money, power, fame, and beauty all their lives. The first three don't really do it for me, but beauty? Definitely my weak spot. So, I thought, why not? I agreed, but with some ground rules: no public announcements, no changing profile pics, no video calls, and definitely no real-life meetups. She wasn't thrilled but eventually agreed. That's how it all kicked off. We had this online thing for 2 years. As she got more stylish and flaunted her looks, I was more than happy to enjoy it all. Her pics and videos just kept getting better, and she nailed every suggestion I tossed her way. Life was good, until she asked for an actual meetup. We agreed from the start, no meetings. This is strictly online, I reminded her. She seemed hurt. I know, sorry, but I really want to see you, she replied. I knew why. Just days earlier, after my alumni reunion, an old classmate confessed her feelings for me. I politely turned her down, but she didn't take it well and started spamming me with embarrassing messages. Frustrated, I posted the screenshots on social media and blocked her. My boss, Aurora, likely saw that post. I figured she wanted to meet to make things public. But meeting her was the last thing I wanted. After dodging her attempts for a week, I got fed up and ended it. She was devastated, like a balloon that lost all its air. My phone wouldn't stop buzzing with her calls. I just put it down and ignored it. That's when Kenneth, my supervisor, asked me to take a proposal to Aurora. Kenneth's crush on her was the office's worst-kept secret. Normally, he'd jump at any chance to see her, but lately, she'd been in a horrible mood. Last time he tried to console her, she snapped at him, and he practically ran out of her office. Isn't this above my pay grade? Shouldn't you be doing this? I asked him. Don't make me repeat myself, he replied. Even though I'd seen every side of Aurora online, meeting her in person was nerve-wracking, especially at work where she's known to be strict and intimidating. I hesitated and checked my phone. Since our breakup, Aurora had been sending non-stop apologies. I hadn't replied because I figured we needed to let things cool off. I quickly texted her, we don't need to break up, but could you please chill? I really don't like it when people break promises. Her reply was immediate, baby, you're finally talking to me. I'll never do it again, I promise, with a crying puppy emoji attached. I sighed, gathered my courage, and knocked on her office door. After a brief pause, I heard her clear her throat and say, come in. Her red eyes and nose caught my attention immediately. Had she been crying? She noticed my look and tapped her desk lightly, looking a bit uncomfortable. Leave the proposal here and go, she said, softer than usual. Normally, she'd scold me for going over Kenneth's head. Unsurprisingly, the proposal was sent back for revisions. Kenneth just shrugged it onto my desk again. On Friday, everyone rushed out of the office, eager for the weekend. For the first time, Aurora did too. It was closing time at the office, and before I knew it, the place had cleared out except for me and the receptionist. I stuck around to finish up a proposal, assuring her I'd lock everything up when I was done. It was past 10 p.m. when I heard the door unlock, and my heart jumped. Who could be coming in at this hour? Images from horror flicks danced in my head, and I had to remind myself that ghosts weren't real. Still, I froze, holding my breath, until I saw Aurora walk in. She looked surprised and asked, why are you still here? Don't you have a home to go to? I almost wanted to snap back, saying it was because of her, but instead, I explained, the proposal's due tomorrow, and I thought it would be better to stay late and finish it. Her expression softened, and she offered to help, saying it would be quicker if she just explained what she wanted directly. I was a bit panicked. My computer was open, logged into my personal account, the same one I used to message her. As she stepped closer, my heart was pounding. Her every step echoed in the otherwise silent office. I had to think fast, so I blurted out, wait a second, placing my hand on the keyboard like I was protecting some grand secret. Aurora raised an eyebrow, curious, and asked with a playful tone, why the rush, Mason? What are you hiding? Normally, I might have found her teasing charming, but now it just added to the tension. I fumbled for an excuse, saying something about the file not being ready, that I didn't want her to see an incomplete draft. She looked suspicious, but stepped back and said, all right, I'll wait, but be quick, I don't have all night. She sat down next to me, making me feel even more on edge. Desperate, I tried to buy more time. Aurora, I said, are you sure you want to do this now? You seem tired. Maybe we could look over it tomorrow with fresh eyes? To my surprise, she sighed and agreed, admitting she was tired but hated leaving things unfinished. There was something deeper in her words, almost like it wasn't just about work. Maybe it was about our breakup, or the pressure she put on herself. Whatever it was, it gave me a bit of hope. I promised her I'd send a preliminary version soon, and quickly whipped up a fake draft with generic ideas. It wasn't great, but it would hopefully buy me some time. As I handed it over, her expression was strange, like she had more to say. Mason, can I ask you something? Her voice was softer, almost hesitant, a rare thing for Aurora. I wasn't expecting what came next. She asked why I broke up with her, whether it was something she did. Her eyes were locked onto mine, and she seemed so vulnerable. I felt a lump in my throat and knew I could lie, come up with an excuse, but her expression broke through my defenses. Aurora, it wasn't you. I just felt like things were moving too fast and that maybe we crossed some lines we shouldn't have. She looked down, biting her lip, and said, I see. But you never gave me a chance to fix it. You just ended it suddenly. Do you know how that made me feel? I didn't know how to respond, and before I could say anything, she stood up, saying, it doesn't matter. It's in the past. Let's focus on work, okay? She tried to put on a strong front, but the way she avoided my gaze showed it was still unresolved for her. She reviewed the draft silently, and each time her eyes moved, I braced for a reaction. Finally, she said, it's not bad. It could work with some tweaks. I'll send it to Kenneth as it is. Good night, Mason. And just like that, she was gone, leaving the office eerily quiet. I sat there, staring at my computer screen. My secret identity stayed safe, at least for now, but I had a feeling it wouldn't last forever. For ages, I knew someone like Aurora wouldn't just let things slide. She was sharp and determined to get to the bottom of things. Sooner or later, she'd uncover the truth, and while I had no clue how she'd react, I just wanted to forget everything temporarily and head home. As I was packing up, my phone buzzed with a message from Aurora. I still think you're hiding something, but whatever it is, I'll find out. My heart skipped a beat. This was more than just a hunch, she was on a mission, and I was on the brink of facing the music for my decisions. The next morning, Aurora seemed different. She didn't shoot her usual glances my way or make those quick, witty comments about work tasks. Instead, she seemed more distant and thoughtful, like she was piecing something together. That in itself was a huge warning sign. All day, I had this unsettling feeling that something big was coming, but I couldn't possibly predict what lay ahead. As the day was wrapping up, I was tidying my desk when another message came through from her. I need to talk to you. Conference room, now. Her text was cold, a sharp change from our recent emotional conversations. I inhaled deeply, preparing for the worst. Entering the room, I found Aurora at the head of the table, typing away on her laptop. She didn't look up right away, and when she finally did, her eyes were a storm of confusion and mistrust. She snapped her laptop shut and crossed her arms. So, Mason, she said in a voice as chilly as ice, care to explain this? I froze. Explain what? I stammered. Aurora picked up her phone, opened a file, and slid it over to me. It was a collection of messages, photos, and videos from our 2-year online relationship. Everything was there, our chats, my replies, her shared pictures. What floored me most was that she had screenshots of my profile, something I had never shared directly. How did you get this? I blurted, my panic rising. Aurora tilted her head, locking her eyes on mine. I'm a vice president at a Fortune 500 company, Mason. Did you really think I couldn't piece this together? A detail here, a clue there, and there you have it, she said, making a gesture like she was fitting puzzle pieces. Listen, Aurora, I can explain, I started, but she cut me off with a dismissive wave. Explain? Go ahead, try. Because from where I'm sitting, this is twisted, she continued, standing up and pacing. You knew who I was from the start. Instead of being truthful, you stuck around, pulling strings, manipulating me, all while pretending to be someone else. That's not normal, Mason. That's obsession. It wasn't like that, I protested. I never meant to manipulate you. I just got tangled up in something that spiraled out of control. I never planned any of this. Oh, didn't you? She laughed, without a hint of humor. Then why did you keep going? Why did you take the money? Why did you let me open up, knowing I trusted you completely? I struggled to form words, but each attempt felt weak, a sorry excuse. Aurora wasn't just my boss, she was smart, and now she saw everything I did in the worst way possible. You know what I think? She leaned forward, her hands pressed against the table. I think you have a problem, a serious one. You built this relationship with me knowing my real identity and didn't consider how it would destroy me when the truth surfaced. Aurora, I care about you, I said, my voice laden with emotion. I know I messed up, but I never wanted it to end like this. I just wanted to be close to you. Be close to me? She let out a bitter laugh. You were close to me all along, at work, in the halls, and meetings. But you chose to create this other persona to deceive me. That isn't care, that's control. I never wanted to control you, I insisted, trying to defend myself. I fell for you long before I knew who you really were. Once I found out, I got scared of losing you and ruining everything. And that's exactly what happened. Mason, she said quietly, her arms crossing again. I trusted you, completely. But now, all I see is someone who crossed every line and turned what could have been real into a twisted web of lies. I swallowed hard, feeling the weight of her words and my wrong choices. So, is this it? I asked, my voice barely audible. Is it over? Aurora paused, her eyes scanning my face intensely. I don't know, Mason, she replied, softer this time but still firm. I really need some space right now to figure things out. I'm trying to decide if I can ever trust you again or if everything about you just reminds me of being let down. She got up, grabbed her laptop, and headed for the door. Just before leaving, she stopped and looked back one more time. Mason, I truly hope you get how your decisions have affected things because right now, I don't even know who you are, she said. When the door shut behind her, the silence was overwhelming. I just sat there alone, staring at the empty room and thinking about everything. There was no going back and changing what I did, but maybe I could still learn from it. Aurora was right, my choices brought us here, and if I want to win her trust back, it won't be through talking but through what I do. Or maybe I just have to accept that this might be the end. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more crazy real life stories happening around you.